crystals. They're tightly packed mineral deposits with mystic powers one would store in an equally mystical area, the yoni, or for the layman, your clitoris. But crystals is more than merely a mythical means to aggravate your family and former high school friends on Facebook with multi-level messages, recanting a blog post you read once stating, "Have bad thoughts? Put them in a peridot. Only then will the demons whispering to bump genitals with your brother-in-law will cease."
Like Steven Universe?
No, not like Steve Bro Unabomber, Nicole. The crystal people I'm talking about would be left for dead after being thrown skull first into a foggy trash chute by captors tired of running their Star Destroyer on a crystal's mouthy attitude. Which in retrospect, I guess kind of is the plot for Steven Universe. And while we're on the subject of said intellectual property, I fancy myself a peridot with a splash of pearl.
I'm a fucking lapis.
And this is Mostly Speaking Sentai. Oh, yes, guys, like me name James says, this is Mostly Speaking Sentai. And guys, I came up with a brilliant thought experiment, just like when you're smoking on that J and you have one of these thoughts.
Yeah.
Thoughts of wonderment. Guys, birds are Mother Nature's maxi pad because they got wings.
Okay.
And Red Bull will make you an absorbent strip designed by Aunt Flo herself, which that makes me think, oh my God, why don't everyone who menstruates get a goddamn discount at Progressive? Flo works there. She's making everyone bleed from their downstairs.
Yeah.
Except when I bleed from my downstairs, it's because I've been wiping too much.
Yeah.
Well, where's my fucking pink hat and people celebrate? I bleed down there.
What are you talking about?
People are like, celebrate women. Celebrate my bleeding butt.
It's on your pee-pee.
What? The hat? Oh,
Yeah.
the pink hat is my penis head. I was looking to see if our guest was
German helmet, if you will.
was interacting facially at all. Whenever he takes a sip, we should go blah, 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 see if he giggles.
Just make
yeah.
an awkward sex noise.
Yeah. This is the most awkward sex noise I've ever heard. Hey, James, it's your mom. How you doing?
This is the most awkward. Warm.
What was the one last night that I was like, if I say warm and you say, I don't remember. I think it was during.
I don't know. I probably blocked it out of my memory.
You block everything out of your. There's nothing that rhymes with memory, guys. Sean Price couldn't even do it. You will never see memory once in any Sean Price song. He's like, it's impossible. It's the unicorn, the white whale. Went to his grave saying that. R.I.P. Sean Price.
What are we doing?
We are doing a podcast. Don't you see the fucking microphone in front of that dumb face of yours? Guys, I 2 days ago recorded 4 hours of podcasting. Yesterday edited those 4 hours of podcasting, which, takes about 6 or 7 hours to do. And then today I'm on my 3rd hour of podcasting. So Nicole might need to do some heavy lifting.
No, you have to. I'm tired.
You are sleep. No, that's a blooper.
You're just about to fucking steal my joke.
No, I was going to credit it to you.
And do it poorly.
I have a stinky windscreen. Get out of here, you stinky
I had
windscreen.
another anxiety dream about people coming into the store without masks on.
You had an anxiety dream?
An anxiety.
Yeah, where a fucking weirdo from a shitty TV show with a blue arrow on his head's like, hey guys, it's all my fault why the Fire Nation's in power. Yeah, it is your fault.
He goes, Appa, yep.
It's a late night record, motherfuckers. My nose itches and I don't know why. Probably all that cocaine I've been snorting.
Yeah.
No, it's probably the stinky windscreen. Get out of here. We need to introduce our guest.
Why does it smell so bad?
I mean, it's spit.
Yeah.
And it's spit plus I used to disinfect it.
Yeah.
Just to like make it smell okay, but I would do that during talking about Beyblade
Why
days.
don't you wash it with like soap and water,
Soap
bro?
and water? No, I disinfect with a spray. But then I would do that for talking about Beyblade, and then it would just be reeking in my, because I was like, hey, I want this podcast to sound better than all the other podcasts I do because my fucking co-host didn't want to do it with me. And I stopped disinfecting it. This is a 11, 12-year-old windscreen.
Yeah.
I got it in 12th grade. So yeah, almost 12 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my God, just as old as my nephew, Brogan.
Whoa.
He's 12 years old today.
He's definitely not.
Yeah, he is.
In dog years.
Maybe. No, I think he's older in dog years.
He's like 3.
Yeah. In a dog year? He's probably 23.
He can drink in dog years.
Hell yeah. Our guest knows what's up. He can smash in dog years, am I right? I'm talking about the Super Bros.
I'm talking about Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon Smash?
Yeah.
That's not a thing. Dabbin, let's introduce our guest already. Nicole, get out of here. Quit
Okay, I'll
interrupting. Please don't leave, my queen.
Take a nap.
You guys
Have a
know
good time.
him as the host or co-host?
Co-host?
All
Co-host,
right.
yeah.
I consider myself a co-host and Nicole the host of this show. Well, then why am I doing all that? Why am I doing all the heavy lift? It's because she punches me if I don't admit to that. Remember when I used to always
not
say that?
true.
Yeah, baby. Nicole abuses me with love. You know him
If
as...
anyone socks abuses me.
Yeah, it's because you don't spend the time for him not to. You know him as a co-host of the Tokudon podcast. Today we have the smooth vocals of KaijuCarl.
Why, thank you.
You have a nice voice, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Especially like on the show because it's coming through your microphone. Oh man, it's crisp, clean, and
Sultry. I like it smooth and sultry. You know?
yeah, sultry, velvety.
Ooh.
Describe the taste of a peach, Nicole, and that's his voice.
Okay. More City of Angels references.
Yeah, we watched City of Angels a couple weeks ago, so
man.
it's hot on our mind.
Is it the Goo Goo Dolls that did the theme song?
What?
Was it the Goo Goo Dolls who did the theme song? Is that City of Angels? Is that what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of? Yeah.
It's like, kiss me.
Yeah, that one. Oh my goodness. I haven't heard that song in years.
No.
It's like, memory all alone in the moonlight.
It's like, skip that beat up and do that long and get it with you win this song.
That
City of
ice.
Angels.
I was trying to plug the podcast.
What? Engage with Nicolas
Yeah.
Cage? Hey guys, over on the Patreon right now, we are doing a Toku bundle giveaway through February. You need to be signed up for the Patreon, MLM Pod, patreon.com/MLM Pod, I should say. Go over there. It's over $70 of Toku goodies that you can enter to win. $5 tiers, you get one entry. $10 tiers get you two. Why am I talking to camera right now? You can't see this, fuckers. But you can hear me pointing fingers just like you can hear smile, just like you can hear me doing kegels.
Oh my goodness.
Full details over on patreon.com/MLM pod. You need to be signed up by the end of February 28th into March. Oh yeah. KaijuCarl.
Yo.
How are you?
Living the dream, my friends. How are you?
Where are you calling us from?
So I am right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, actually.
Ooh, say
Yeah.
that water ice.
Yeah, the wooter, as they do around here.
Do you watch Double Dare?
Ooh, yes, I do. I heard there's a new one. I learned that from your podcast. Apparently there's a new one.
Yes, yes.
I've only seen like the old one from the 90s and then Double Dare 2000, that kind of thing.
Back like in the late 80s when it started out and all the contestants were from the Philly area, all these children had the thickest of Philly accents, and I was like, hell yes, this is amazing.
Yep. Mark Summers hangs out here all the time. I had some friends in college that did some work for him while he was trolling around Philadelphia.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Go up to him and be like, hey, man, here's a gallon of hand sanitizer. You're probably really wanting that these days.
Yeah. I don't know if you know his email. You can bleep it out if I'm not allowed to say it, but it's like or something like that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, his email is
Okay, stop saying it because I do need to bleep this out. So,
but yeah, there it is. Use that with your own knowledge, your own weaponization if you need to.
I will email him and be like, dude, why didn't you just call it like milky water? You don't need to. Whenever it's white water, he always says the same phrase. He'll say, oh yeah, and this milk, well, it's not milk, it's milk-like substance. He says milk-like, I want to, even though it's very hard to do because it's on Paramount Plus and they have the like copyright protection where if you try to screen share it's just a black screen of just him every single time he says milk-like substance. Oh, check this out. It's milk-like substance. I don't like it.
Do you remember Game and Sports, the gas show where they had to get the Crag Rock?
That was Guts, which was
Guts,
on...
There you go. Games and Sports. I think that was like the Nickelodeon spinoff thing that they had.
Yes, it was on
Guts.
Deep Cable.
There you go.
And one of my friends had it, and I would go over to his house while he was playing Diablo 2. Usually it's like, hey, you only have one computer. We're going to be fighting over who's playing Diablo 2. Now, he had gas, so he's like, just turn that on and let James simmer.
Right? Double Dare, Legend of the Hidden Temple.
Hell yeah.
Guts.
Figure it fucking out, dude.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
Go over to our Patreon. We do a lot of watch-alongs or play-alongs of Figure It Out where I close my ears and Nicole gets pissed at me for just screaming, I think it's this. Why aren't they guessing that?
Awesome.
Yeah.
But we want to get to know you more. You're from Philly. But what people might know about you from, your Twitter profile, your bios, that you are an aspiring kaiju yourself.
I am, yes. I have taken many things, including several vaccines, the 5Gs, if you will, to try and grow Godzilla-like spikes so that I can become a kaiju.
Damn. Well, if you become a kaiju, chances are, like, maybe humans will want to date you and love you, but there might be a faux pas, a stigma. They might classify it as bestiality.
Yeah. I think I locked down my significant other already, so we got that handled. We're good.
Dang it.
Prerequisite, you know what I'm saying?
Well, act as if they. She will leave you because today you hear music going. Will it be the dating game theme song or will it just be the Price is Right? As always, whenever I play a game, it's the dating game. Oh, KaijuCarl.
Dang.
We have an assortment of eligible bachelorettes who are kaiju waiting for you. They won't be talking. They are silent. Also, it's just screeches. I guess I could put those in. James, put those in. We're going to run down and we'll list one at a time and we're going to go through the pros and cons of each. And once we're done, you are going to choose who you're going to go on a date with when you are a kaiju.
Okay, sounds good. I'm down for this.
All right, hell yeah. I did not know your sexual orientation, so I did, just so everyone's like, oh, James was assuming. No, I have male and female identifying kaiju, but we're going with the women.
Listen, you get the same features, the right features, I should say. I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't think you get the same features across all kaiju because, like,
I mean, tentacles are tentacles. You know what I'm saying?
But some are dogs.
Some are dogs.
Some are lions. Some are both.
Spiky armadillos.
And some are dogs.
Yeah, right. Always
dogs.
Put their nostrils in a butt.
Yeah.
All right, first up, guys, is Biolante.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, she's screeching, guys. She's slugging out here, and she's leaving a trail. No, Nicole, that's insensitive. We can hear her screaming. Remember, like I put a note for James to put in. Okay, It's
more
very
fun
easy.
if I do it.
You just YouTubed, I guess, hey, past James, but also future past James. You don't need to put it in. Nicole's got
Otherwise,
it.
what am I doing? I'm just sitting here.
No, we're going to go with these pros and cons. Here are some of my pros for Biolante, and you guys can comment on it as well. These are ones that I noticed. Pros: was born of love and science.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Science. That means
Pretty dope.
she's going to believe in it, hopefully, fingers crossed. I guess everyone's made through science, and some people are made through love, but some people end up not believing in science.
I think it's mostly
Yeah.
science.
And some people end up not believing in love.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Do you believe in science after love?
Love. You are so loud, I heard through Carl's headphones you bleed into his mic.
You're welcome.
She could single-handedly reverse climate change after a few long workouts, aka slump sessions,
Dang.
because she's photosynthesizing, taking that carbon dioxide out, putting oxygen back into the atmosphere, baby, and is an icon of female empowerment in a male-dominated field. She is, from going to a lot of G-Fests, a role model to many girls coming up in the Toku fandom.
Yeah.
Because I think even you were like, oh man, Biolante girl, hell yeah.
Yeah, she's my role model. Who I aspire to be.
You should. Flipping like this.
Yeah.
I'm waving my arms like they're tentacles to the listeners. But you can hear a waving of arm of tentacles in the voice. Cons. Do you guys have any pros? Do you agree?
Sure.
I think you're missing the most important one, honestly.
What's up?
It's that you have to call her mommy. So,
Do you?
I'm pretty sure she was the mom of the one girl in the movie. So, like, I feel like if she's got that many mouths and teeth, you have to call her mommy.
Well, I have a con, which is has a soul of a teenage girl. Because isn't she
Was it
the
a
scientist's dead daughter who died in that
I
collapse?
thought it was the wife or mom. I could be wrong. And then it's just what I just said was really weird if that's the case. So, man.
MTV would love you to call a teenage girl mommy, so they keep that cheddar coming in from Teen Mom.
Wow.
Teen Mom 3, Teen Mom 4, oh, they're perpetuating pregnancies. Second con, she's just an inching, crawling allergen.
Fair.
So if pollens get at you, you don't want to be a mile away. She's going to be reeking those pheromones all over the place. And she reminds me of John Carpenter's The Thing.
A lot of mouths.
How are you feeling so far?
So I am a huge fan of Biolante.
Yeah.
That is actually one of my favorite movies. So I'm a little biased towards that one off the bat. So, the other two contestants have a little bit of work to make up.
Ooh, baby, you're going to love these other two contestants.
Okay.
What is your favorite Godzilla movie?
My favorite Godzilla movie of all time is Destroyer versus Godzilla.
Hell yeah. That's up there for me. What's up, Nicole?
Biolante was born out of Dr. Genichiro's splicing of Godzilla cells into a rose that he had already spliced his dead daughter's cells into.
Ooh,
Dang.
Teen Mommy.
There you go.
Next on the chopping block, hopefully not though, is Mothra. And this is going to be really easy to run down because her pros in my eyes could also be her cons.
Okay.
Starting with a tight-knit friend group. The twins, hey, that's pretty cool. They're tiny, awesome, but twins are creepy. Everyone knows that. Godzilla, which, hey, he's cool. He's the king of kaijus, but he could also make you jealous because maybe they had a thing going on.
He might be the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, a will they, won't they? Or current boyfriend if you're going off from that
Fanfic?
fan fiction, yeah, that Nicole read on the Patreon.
Yeah.
She has children. Could be a pro, could be a con. Would you date someone that has children already?
No.
All right.
Not my forte. Not my thing.
I obviously wouldn't because I made myself infertile. So I really don't want that. Nicole, would you date, like if I had a child, would you be like, yeah, I'm fine with that?
It depends.
They're just a little version of me. They walk around, they have a Michael Myers mask on, just going, Beto.
Sure.
Hell yeah, has a jumpsuit. But the jumpsuit is Mystery Science Theater branded, so you're like, this is very confusing what's going on. And he's just screaming, riff me! Evil gets riffed tonight!
Yeah.
There we go. We got to it. And then she puts everyone before herself.
Altruistic. I like it.
But it could be to the point where it's like, hey, if you put me first, I'm fine with that. But everyone else, that's going to be stressful, maybe.
I don't know. Like, I kind of like a selfless person. That's kind of cool. I dig that. Like, it's not all about me sometimes.
Okay,
I'm down with
but
that.
all the time.
All the time. Ooh, yeah, that's true. I do like my attention. I'm going to be honest with you. I do like my attention every once in a while.
All right. And then finally, Roland Emmerich's Godzilla.
Ooh, Zilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because out of all the versions of Godzilla, Roland Emmerich's Godzilla is like the most fuckable. Like slick, sexy.
Iguana-like?
You want to get in that cloaca?
No.
That's where they piss, shit, lay eggs,
Also,
and get
you're
that
saying
cum dumped
that's
in.
the last one?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Well, no, because that other person was a man.
That's fine.
So
Let's go.
Okay, we'll go down Roland Emmerich's pros and cons. We'll do this quickly because Nicole's got her friggin' bra in a knot. First pro is that New York City living can somehow afford the Madison Square Garden's monthly rent. Don't know how.
That's true.
Pwns Toku nerds on Reddit, and is fertile as all hell.
Ooh.
Cons may have mercury poison from all the tuna diet. Could also be a pro because, like, hey, they'll be dead soon and you get that Madison Square money.
Right? Get that inheritance.
Second con was shamed in Final War, so, like, it might be a little too embarrassing to bring them around the parents. You know? And finally, the last con, fertile as all hell.
Wow.
That was both a pro and a con for me.
Yeah.
Nicole, do you want me to be like, oh my God, what do they say in like Mortal Kombat when a new contestant enters?
A new challenger has arrived.
There we go. Okay,
You just did it. So
here's the last one. You know him from that Hanna-Barbera show. It's Godzuki.
Ooh.
Pros. Childlike wonderment of the world. Dumpy ass with thick thighs meant for birthing. Blows dro, baby. Knows how to make smoke rings, that suicide gal shit. And then cons. Simple. In the mind. Can only glide. Maybe a child.
Maybe a child.
The other two men were Cherry Blossom Vicant from Die Ranger and Metal Greymon.
Ooh.
Metal Greymon pros were is a fuck machine, self-sustaining electric energy, vascular as all hell on top of the sleek machinery covering his tender spots. Con is a war machine, and there's only two. If gets a cold or any viral infection, will develop a nearly unstoppable rage and path of destruction while looking like death.
But I would lick those claws. I'm just saying.
Ooh, yeah. Usually you shoot on someone's chest, but his chest can shoot you.
Yeah.
Because he's got missiles in him.
Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly. The con for Vicant, Cherry Blossom Vicant, was not quite an earl because of the nobility hierarchy.
Sure.
So who are you going home with, sir?
I gotta go with my bug queen, honestly. It would have been Biollante, but we did learn she's a teenager, and that's a little weird. So I gotta go with my bug queen.
Yeah, but I mean, this actually kind of like balances everything out. Godzilla, possibly an eternal living being, so many old, and then a teenager, you know, like mix that together. You're still looking at an eternally aged person.
Yeah, law of averages. I like it. I see where you're going with.
Noise.
No, I'm still gonna go with the bug queen.
All right, guys. And that's Mothra, correct?
Mothra, yes, Mothra.
Yeah, you're going home with Mothra. Mothra, do you have anything to say? Oh, man. That means she's DTF. Down to fly. Flap them little wingies. Oh, no, the moth dust is getting everywhere. Get it out of here. I'm falling asleep into forever sleep. Forever falling asleep. That's a good band. You ever heard of Forever Falling Asleep?
No.
I have not, no.
Yeah, you wouldn't. They were a band that put out like 4 songs that I recorded. And they're like, oh, my dear, why aren't you here? Sweet song, sad misery.
What if they listen to this?
I'm fine with that. I'm not saying anything bad. It's not like things I've said on the Patreon
Yeah.
where I'm not making fun of them as people, just the music that they made as
Sure.
teenagers.
Yeah.
But they paid me, baby.
That's all that matters, honestly.
So let's get into 5-man. Yahoo!
Yeah.
But first, Carl, what's your experience with Power Rangers or Super Sentai as a whole?
Yeah, so if anyone has listened to my show, it's no secret that I am not exactly super versed on the Sentai and Power Rangers. I watched Power Rangers until about Lost Galaxy.
Same.
And then on and off until about SPD, and then didn't really watch anything after that. So Sentai itself, I've only seen in full about 3 seasons or so, and they were Kyoryuger, Tokuger, and whatever one came after that. Q Ranger. There you go. Those are about the only 3 I've seen in completion. Other than that, I've seen Die Ranger as well. I forgot to mention that. Die Ranger's amazing. I love Die Ranger. But other than that, I am watching Gal Ranger right now. But for me, Sentai is very hit or miss, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Same.
I usually get about 15, 20 episodes in, and then I kind of fall off. So
People are always like, oh, check out these newer ones. And we're like, no. Like 85 to like 97. That's our bag.
yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. Like the more I watch, especially like this one that came out in 1990, and then there's Gal Ranger, like I said, which was a little bit later. But the more I watch these more like early Heisei era Sentais, I'm kind of digging it a little more.
Yeah.
Even though everyone talks mad shit on them.
What? They do? Get them out of here. I'll punch these people.
Yeah. But 5-man, I have never seen before. I have not seen any episodes other than the episode we watched today, but I did listen to your podcast to kind of catch up a little bit on what's going on. So I have a very loose basis of what's happening in this show.
Yeah, because if you're trying to get a full understanding of any episodes from our podcast, too bad. You'll get vague explanations mixed in with like thought questions.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you could drink your spouse's milk, would you?
No.
What?
No. I'm good.
You're technically, out of all our guests, the weird one.
That's fair. I'm okay with that, honestly.
Most of them say, give me that warm, unpasteurized. But let's get into what we're here for, which is 5-man, even though I have another question. But it is 5-man. Hey, they're teachers. They love school. They love their students. What were you like in school?
I was the closet anime kid who was also an emo kid, but like didn't want to tell everyone he was an anime kid kind of thing.
Hell yeah.
I was super embarrassed to be an anime kid, but like I would go home and watch Gundam Wing and Dragon Ball and all that stuff on Toonami every weekday.
Yeah.
Go nuts about it.
Same.
So, yeah.
I'd go to the bowl, or no, the pit is what it was called. It was in the back of in the wooded areas near my house. It was just a huge pit that would fill up with snow, and the neighborhood kids would sled in it. It was awesome.
How is that related?
Oh, and then after, like, I would
fuck?
do that, and then we would go home and watch Toonami.
Oh, okay.
I apologize. I forgot to string those together. I think Steve Barnes listens to us too much because I said something in that vein where, like, I was saying a story that strings to a story, and I forgot to, like, bring it back to that, and then he brought it back to that. I was like, yeah, that was the point I was going to make. Thank you, sir.
Oh, no.
He knows me better than you.
Okay.
He knows that I love Yogi Bear. You never knew that.
Yeah.
Guys, I will soon be a card-holding member of the
damn
Yogi
it.
Club.
Yogi Club.
It's the Jellystone Parks Club, like, reward zone. But they send you a card. I'm so fucking excited.
You are so weird.
I'm gonna frame it. I'm gonna shadow box the bitch. Mm-hmm. I think that's what those are called. A shadow box. I'm not talking about like boxing shadows. My inner demons.
Yeah.
My inner demons of. That gets bleeped out. I want to know, like, if there are fans of this show that do not know what I am referencing, what I bleep out, please let
Probably.
me know. Because I feel like I've made it apparent-ish.
In the past.
Yeah. But I think I bleeped out that episode where, like, I'm like, I think this happened to me as a child.
But, like, someone like Steve Barnes might not.
No, I think Steve's listened to every single ep.
Oh.
Maybe. I know he's not listening to Talking About Beyblade. Talking About Beyblade, I might not bleep that out.
Yeah.
Who knows? But let's get into this goddamn
Apparently
episode.
not you.
Today we watched episode 8 of 5 Man called Shine, Drop of Life. Initial thoughts, what'd you think?
I enjoyed this episode a lot, honestly.
Yes.
5 Man was very cool. I went in with zero expectations and I was actually very pleased. So I actually had a question for you guys, since like I said, I'm not super familiar with the series. It's science is the theme, right? Like that's kind of the whole shtick of this. There's science in general.
No.
It's more so like them being teachers.
Oh, just the teacher aspect. Okay.
Teachers and family.
But I think Gaku is a science teacher. So coming from this episode, since this was him focused, you might be like, yeah, it's science, baby.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. And like, yeah, I had some fun with it, honestly. Overall, like it was solid and I kind of want to go watch more just because this was very like breakneck paced. And I don't know if all the episodes are like that, but like this just got right to it. There was no meat. There was no like pining over whatever cat girl this was, Saya. It got right into it. And then all of a sudden it was like, here's the mech. 2 seconds later, we're done. Okay, cool. Great. Bye. See you later. So, yeah.
Why do you think she's a cat girl?
I don't just something about the ears.
Everyone knows the defining characteristic. If you look at something with long, furry ears, you're like, yeah, she's a crystal.
Yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
She's a crystal. Everyone knows crystals when they're living have, which I don't understand, Steven Universe. None of them had long, furry ears.
Well, it's not about that. It's about the powers. She turns into a crystal.
Oh, you mean if they had gone human, the Steven Universe gems, they would have long, furry ears?
Yeah.
Well, then why doesn't Steven have a long, furry ear? Is it because he's only half gem?
Sure.
Maybe he's got long, furry nipple hair. Do we ever see his nippies?
Probably.
Oh, yeah, when he goes swimming. He lives on the beach.
Yeah.
And maybe butt hairs are real long. But he wears short shorts, so, yeah, you know? But yeah, I really love 5 Man. I'm glad we're doing this because people always say, oh, it's the one that almost killed Sentai. If it weren't for the savior Jetman to come in, we would not have any Power Rangers. But it's like, this is very good. Just because at the time, like, there could have been something else during that time slot that children were more interested in, that they go to that instead of this. I will someday do that research. I have not done it yet.
Just watching this episode, I would not have guessed that at all. Like, this was solid for like the Sentai that I've seen. Like I said, it's not, the most Sentai in the world, but like I've seen a fair variety, and like this is pretty legit. Like, if someone told me that based on this episode, I would not believe that. I'd be like, you're lying out your ass.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe Super Nintendo just came out.
Mega Man X was pretty good. I'm a big fan of Mega Man X.
So like kids were probably like, I'm going to play fucking Super Nintendo. Super Famicom, I should say. Mm-hmm. I think that came out in the 90s, 91 maybe.
I don't know.
I know it came out in 91 in America.
92, something like that.
So all I'm saying is it's deep into the Famicom. And Game Boy's out. Kids didn't want to sit inside watching TV. They wanted to sit inside playing Mario for some reason. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on the Mario games?
I respect them. I enjoy them at face value. I have beaten very, very few of them.
Yes, okay.
It's kind of like Sentai, honestly. They lose my interest after a little bit. So
same. The only ones I've really enjoyed are the turn-based RPG ones.
Nice. Yeah, I've never actually played any of those, but I heard Thousand Year Door is fantastic.
Yeah. Nicole, thoughts on Mario?
I don't care.
What do you think about his voice? Chris Pratt, right? That's what, when you think of Mario speaking, he's not even going to do the Italian voice. It's just going to be Chris Pratt talking.
I mean, he shouldn't.
Be Star-Lord.
It'd be cool if they like pitched him down so he's like, hey guys, it's me, Mario.
Yeah.
Just like go really out there with it.
Why wouldn't they pitch it up?
Because then
to match Mario.
To really go with it. Actually, what they might be doing, they're going to release a trailer with Chris Pratt and the
they're
internet.
Doing a Sonic type
intentionally.
Shit.
And they're going to be
really
so
not
pissed.
Chris Pratt.
And it's going to be the whoever does voice him is the voice actor.
It's going to be Eddie Pepitone.
Oh man, if Eddie Pepitone is the voice of Mario, I would see that in a heartbeat. I will piss, I will shit, and I'll take a machine gun and sell it so I can buy a bunch of tickets.
Yeah. Cool. So in
Let's
this
get to this episode.
there's a Crystallian named Saya who's telepathying to Gaku for help because they're a prisoner of war. Kazone murdered their planet.
What if she was trying to like scanners them?
That would be fucking awesome.
And then just Gaku's head blows up.
No, do it to Zone.
No. Like she is a zone monster and
Oh,
it was
no.
a trap. Or like Arthur 5 notices like, oh my God, she's about, I sense a scanner. And then like intercepts and then Arthur's head explodes.
Yeah, not as cool.
No, Arthur's full of blood. He doesn't run on oil, it's blood. Because it's more sustainable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It still lubes things up. So there you go.
Do you think he just hooks up to the kids like juice boxes at night and just kind of like replenishes himself?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's like a dialysis machine of like recycling old blood with new blood.
But the 5 men are afraid that it's a trap
A scanners.
by Zone. And it kind of turns out to be because they overhear her telepathy somehow. Who fucking knows?
Their zone.
And then the monsters is I don't know. It's cool, I guess.
It's scary.
It's not bad. It's not my favorite.
It's a wolf, and we'll get into more of it. But let's start going note by note.
I mean, I am.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, then I should be jumping in. I thought you were doing like my version of like, hey,
Nope.
here's a quick rundown.
Nope.
All right, well then I'll start. Man, see, you are the host. Her name's Saya. Did you say that?
Sorry, we can't talk about fucking random shit that rattles around in your head all day.
She was rode and disposed of. And
Yeah.
okay, she says like, hey, go to the key points on the map, KG 208. And she's like, oh, but I only have enough power to transmit this to you. Then how would you are currently in, I don't know if this is established in this episode. I'm saying this to Carl.
Mm-hmm.
The zone base of operations is in one of the poles. It's either in Antarctica or the North Pole.
Antarctica.
Okay.
So how is she, what energy does she have to make her way from one of the poles to Japan?
Right.
If, oh man, I have no, I guess unless like telepathy takes like a lot of energy and she's like, oh, that's all the energy I have.
It's gotta be to just like just like in general. It's not a pinpoint thing. Like she's just signaling for help to anyone.
Yeah, but we know where she is. She's in the basement of like the zone ship.
Okay.
So like she has to then make her way to Japan.
Yeah.
But she's all like, oh, I'm flabbergasted of power.
Yeah.
So what power is she using to get to Japan?
Crystal power, obviously.
Yeah.
So she's able
What
to
are you
replenish?
talking about? No.
She's on the death of door.
Oh my fucking God.
That's what I'm saying. It would be like, hey guys, I just got shot with 5 bullets. And I'm like, Nicole, I only have enough energy to tell you that I love you. Ugh. And then I get up and go to Burger King and get a Whopper.
That's not the same.
Yes, it is. Or after a long, hard day's work, you're like, oh man, I've been toiling over on the eBay and oh my God, my boss has been riding me hard to put out issue 6 of Spider-Man. And then you're like, I have no energy to do, James. And then you're like, hey, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm like, what? Excuse me? That doesn't matter. You're exhausted and you're going to the gym. Also, since when do you go to the gym? And then you're like, I meant you. Never call me Jim.
Or maybe it does replenish, but like not a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. That was my main gripe with this episode. But then we're introduced to Okamurigan, I believe was his name. He's
Also,
a
you're
wolf.
acting like she had like a lot of energy and she did not.
That's what I'm saying. She's on death's door. How is she going to teleport saying I'm all out of energy or even just walk,
No,
travel?
she said, I only have enough energy to teleport.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, that I missed
Oh my
that.
fucking God.
Then why didn't you tell me that in the beginning, baby?
What?
Okay.
Oh my God, that whole thing.
That whole thing, baby.
Jesus
That
fucking
thingy
Christ.
thing. I really like him, except he is like a GameCube or a Burger King toy because they like show a mini disc filled with her vital signs and it goes into his chest.
I was going to ask you about that. Are
so
the kaijin in this, the monsters, are they robots?
No.
No.
No. So he just is weirdly robotic.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's weird how they're just like, yeah, this is a thing that we've done before.
Like he just absorbs the CD into his bosom.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay. And then, we can talk about the thing later, but then he's got this weird like grid beam thing and like all this other nonsense.
That grid beam, I wrote that down specifically of like, please explain this to us because he's just on a mountain and he shoots. Like, I've been playing a lot of Borderlands. And if there was a weapon like this where it's like, hey, I just shoot this thing and it just finds an enemy and murders it real quick, and I'm just racking up experience doing this over and over again. Yeah, man, that's a perfect thing. It's like, it's at the bottom of the skill tree, but still.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right? Like you're going to arc those things at like 90 degrees. Why are you not using this all the time? Like, why are you running after him?
I feel like I've seen the concept art of this and he was more robotic in the concept art.
Okay.
Like he had like, like a metal Greymon
Sure.
having metal around his
Yeah.
sides. And I think that's what they were going for, but, budgetary constraints. Or they're like, hey, that's a little too scary for children. Except his ears but he actually, no, I think he is because he rotates his ears like a machine. And like people could say like, well, that's also a budgetary thing. But like it also like sounds like metal or like bones grinding and like.
But it should have like a pneumatic sound,
Yeah.
not like a crunchy sound.
I want a nautical sound.
It's just
like
a whale song.
yeah, or just like a
A foghorn.
yeah, or a leghorn.
God damn it.
Man, I want a leghorn. It's when you're in a one-man band
Shut up.
and you just step on that horn because your other hand you got like your harmonica in your mouth attached and then you got a big old bass
Did
drum.
you remember when they were like, oh, someone stepped on a duck?
Oh, you mean on Good Mythical Evening?
They farted.
Like, speaking of the ear things, they let him hear heat vision. Is that, am I understanding this whole situation correctly?
I don't think that's heat vision. I picked that up as because she's talking about her aura, but I specifically wrote down and I was like, I wish I could like see Nicole's illuminated pheromones to detect her.
Ew, what the fuck?
That's what he's doing because they plugged him in with vitals.
Yeah.
Meaning like, oh, I can like, and she's also like, oh, we'll be fine. He won't be able to smell me or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, pheromones, God's homing device.
Gross.
And then he also has a RoboCop targeting system. So is he a robot or not?
He has to be.
He has to be.
Has to.
But I don't think all the other ones are robots.
But does it bleed like a robot?
Man, that truly would be like, I want to see spoilers for Alien that came out in the 70s. Like it would have been cool if it's like, instead of the milkiness, that milk-like substance coming out of that guy at the end, it was like blood looking. And they're like, oh my fucking God, he's a human. But then they're like, wait, he's still talking. Oh, he's a robot.
Yeah. But I think it was to eliminate any confusion, though.
Yeah. Make it strawberry milk. So it's like pink. So it's like, oh, is this blood? No, he's a robot.
No.
Thoughts on strawberry milk?
Ooh, fucking love it.
Hell yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah. Speaking of Alien, by the way, the telepathy that Saya used, like Gaku was like talking into like an alien looking computer. Like it looked like it was from the movie Alien. Like, did he have a computer that just does everything? Is that what's going on there? I'm assuming that's their base too, right?
Yeah, it might be like a radio and she can like log into like radio transmissions.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
Because I thought she was like emailing him in 1990 kind of thing, like some telepathy. And I was like, it doesn't, I don't know how that one works.
My guess would be, I don't have anything thought before I start speaking.
I just assumed it was like a radio.
On the radio, telephone, yeah. What song is that?
I have no fucking clue.
on the radio. Anyone listening, please 5-star iTunes review. Let me know and quote this episode of what I am. A lot of people will put things in reviews that I do not remember what I was referencing.
Yeah.
Tell me that I'm a cuck if you hate me, but in a 5-star iTunes review.
Yeah.
Man, if you want to like really dig into my insecurities, as long as it's in a 5-star iTunes review, I can't hate you.
Yeah. You legally can't hate them.
Yeah. Unless it's hate speech, then legally the government can hate that you're doing that. Or legally you are being hateful.
Yeah.
But if it's not, that's fine. Don't call me a potato eating F slur. Because then like that's like going after like my heritage and just a slur. That a lot of people use to call me.
Yeah.
It was mainly like specific people called me that a lot. Yeah. Not a lot of people.
Do you remember who it was?
Oh, yeah.
Have you like Googled them?
Well, one I became
Or
friends
whatever?
with never apologized for it, like as if it never happened. Actually two, speaking of twins earlier, they were twins. It was like on a bus. The people older than me were just going in on me. And I would just like crank up my headphones as loud as I could. Have the Insane Clown Posse bat away that hate. If anything, they should have been making fun of me for that.
Maybe they were. You couldn't hear them.
Okay. They're like, yeah, he probably sucks dick while listening to ICP like most juggalos do. Am I
I'd be
right?
like, you fucking wish.
You wish I could suck your dick. I'm real
Yeah.
good at it, I bet.
Yeah.
I know what a man wants because I give me what I want all the time.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's a plentiful orgasm. Nicole's losing it. On the radio, telephone, tell me.
It's not a thing,
It
James.
is.
Oh my goodness.
All right, you guys talk. I'm Googling to try and find this.
No, it doesn't exist.
This existed. Check it out on patreon.com/MLN pod.
If I wanted to get into Insane Clown Posse, would you happen to know a resource for a curated list of their discography, if you will?
Oh, man, my friend Sean Marciniak and we've been working on one of those over on Shuffling the Deck. Wherever you're listening to this, you can find it. Shuffling the Deck, the only definitive introductory ICP playlist podcast.
Dang.
Oh, with thoughts on ICP?
I have never actually listened to them. I just think Juggalos are really fun.
Heck yeah. Well, check out. It's on Spotify. The playlist is on Spotify. Go through that playlist.
Awesome.
Maybe skip,
Absolutely.
the first 4 tracks. They're from when they were finding their footing.
Gotcha.
Sure.
But it's the best of when they were finding their footing. The one that's fuck
Right.
your rebel flag.
Yeah.
Just talking about killing rednecks, baby. It's good. Killing cops, baby. Killing judges. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Those are the 3. If they hate 3 things, it's racists, cops, and judges. Some would say,
They're one in the same.
well, some are one and the same. Like a racist is always racist, but some aren't cops. But a cop and a judge are the former.
Sure.
Jim!
Yeah.
If we get a fucking judge DMing me saying, I'm not a racist, I'm going to say, get out of here. You're going to hell, fucker. Listen to the ICP song Into the Darkness. There's just like, fucking judges in hell, so many judges in hell. That's one of the lines. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite songs of theirs. I understand that they are bad. Did they make a really fun comic book? Absolutely. Do I cry on one of their songs? Yes. I like them.
Yeah.
Cat's out of the bag. Actually, I did put socks in a bag before this, in a duffel.
And he got out of it.
He's trying to learn escape magic. Did he really get out?
You said cat's out of the bag.
Well, no, I was saying cat's out of the bag, and that reminded me, oh, fuck. I don't know if he got out of that bag.
You tell me.
I don't know. He was in a straitjacket. Don't know how we fit him in there. It was like a cat. A straitjacket made for crazy cats.
So just a sock.
Just a long
You just
tube.
put him in a long sock.
Yeah, put him in one of those mesh bags that you can cut their fingernails or bathe them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped him. Then I put it in the tub.
Oh my God.
He said he can do it.
And you just left it unattended.
Yeah. I put a straw in it so he could breathe.
No.
Yeah. Like when you're
No.
getting a mold of your face made.
Yeah.
It's got those 2 straws out of his nose.
Yeah.
There's also no water in there.
Oh.
It's just an empty tub. Unless he's peeping in it. Because he's getting scared, just thrashing around, saying, I can't do it, James.
And you're like, all right, bye.
Yeah.
I believe in you, bud. And he's
I-
like, hell.
I said, how will you learn if you don't have adversity? If I just help you out right now, you'll never be able to do the magic trick.
Uh-huh.
The forest setting is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Did you say forest?
Yeah, the forest setting. Like they go in the forest a lot in this episode. Like he's running through the forest.
Do they? I remember them being like on rocks.
Yeah, and then
By water.
Galactic Swordsman Billion, is that his name? Blue Boy?
Yeah.
He like pimp slaps Saya like a mile away. She flies into the forest.
This dude is on track to being like the most quotable villain because I
Yeah.
forget on the Comatose episode he said something cool. But on this, he says, get out of my way, you little junk girl. And then I think that's when he smacks her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he slaps the shit out of her.
Hell yeah, guys. And then in the end, like she cries, but then dies, I think. And then
Yeah.
her tear turns into a choking hazard because it's just like a crystal. And then somehow knows where to fly into space to
It
replenish.
becomes sentient.
Yes.
She dies, and then the tear, I guess they can hear her voice,
Yeah.
and it's sentient, and then it just flies away.
Yep.
So Saya is a liar, is what we're getting at. She's straight up a liar. She always has power, even though she says she doesn't.
True.
Yeah, because you need a lot of power to be like the smallest anal bead in the world to just jettison through space.
Well, again,
Yeah.
it's like Steven Universe. She just turned into a gem.
Oh, yeah.
So she can regenerate.
Guys, Rebecca Sugar, we know your fucking game. You kind of left out Super Sentai and, of course it's Dragon Ball Z. You see it in the Fusion Dance and Sailor Moon. You see it in the Friends.
But what about 5-Man?
Yeah. She's like, oh, it had the lowest viewership. I can steal whatever the fuck I want from it. No one remembers this show. We're coming after you, Sugar. Not so sweet after all. You're umyami.
Umyami.
Yeah, you know what I was saying? I've been podcasting so much this week.
Yeah.
Give me a break off that Kit
I
Kat that I'm
won't.
not
I
allowed to eat.
refuse.
Yeah, because no sweets shall I eat in 2022. Maybe that's why I'm so irritable. I need some goddamn sugar in me.
That wolf chomping on his neck, like
Yeah.
he would be fucking dead. He would be bleeding out dead,
He's got a strong neck.
but somehow is completely fine.
Yeah.
What was he chomping or giving him a hickey? I couldn't really tell.
Oh, yeah.
He was just kind of like open mouth, like sucking on him for a while.
If you look
Yeah.
at the sides, you do see like a little tongue, like just slight bit, not a little tongue, but you see like a little bit of his tongue, like going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a hickey.
Yeah, I think it's a hickey. Is there a lot of throat violence in 5-Man? Because there's a lot of like throat punching in this episode. And just the
Maybe?
throat biting. Like, is that a thing in the show?
I don't know.
You want to know what? That's going to be our next thing. We did, hey,
Our segment,
yeah, I forgot the Die Ranger one, but how old is Dapu?
the fingernails.
Oh, yes. Are their fingernails part of the gloves pushing through of the Gorma, or are they like on the gloves and the gloves are their hands? This is, how many throat punches in this series are we going to get?
You need a throat punch counter. That's what you need.
Thank you, sir. You gave us a segment.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm here for.
Throat punch capital, baby. Population, you. Gadoosh.
Really quick, I feel like this is important, is that the Zone was trying to use her as like, I don't know, a battery for
I
their
think so.
biocomputer or something. So that's why she was held prisoner. So you said that you were like glad that they just kind of like did all the things, but I was like, I kind of wanted it to be like that Die Ranger storyline with the mirror lady where he falls in love with her or whatever.
Daigo and Kujaku.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good
Daigo.
one.
But it wasn't.
Gotcha.
To be fair, Gaku fell in love with her almost immediately. They locked eyes, and that was game over. So he immediately was like, this is my soulmate. We're done here.
He heard her voice. I mean, that's the same thing with Nicole. When I saw Nicole's photo on Facebook, I was like, man, she's cool as fuck. I'm not kidding, dude. It was one of your senior photos, and I was like, hell yeah.
That's the
She's
one.
cool. It was, or no, I think it was the one of you at maybe Mr. B's or the Rendezvous, and it was only like, it wasn't even all your face.
That was a good photo of me, though.
And you had all those rings on. I was like, hoo, I bet she loves Johnny Depp, baby. He loves rings and scarves.
Yeah.
I'm all done with, oh no, I had one note. Nicole, when my aura is spent up, will you just dispose me for a mechanical object?
How does that relate to... Oh, because the machine.
Yeah. They say, her aura's spent. Replace her with a mechanical.
Got it. Yeah, probably.
Okay. When I'm dead,
Yeah.
you'll find, I guess, like, by that time they might have, like, companion robots. That's what you'll at least tell your parents.
Oh, I was just thinking like when your dick stops working.
Oh, it's never going to stop, dude. You know that. You're like, oh man, I read that a vasectomy might like hamper and calm down a sex drive. Okay, yeah. Oh no, it just made it worse. Okay. Man, I heard antidepressants will, take down a sex drive. All right. Oh, it gives him more forceful orgasms. Okay, all right. I think it will either stay what it is or amplify. That's what I'm going to have to deal with.
There's no middle ground.
Nope. There's no lowering. It's just on a rating from 1 to 2. Do you want the 1 or do you want the 2?
Yeah.
You want the duty, baby. That's a number 2. All right. Do you have any more notes?
Yes. What is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that kind of runs in out of nowhere and
yeah.
makes the monster grow?
Well, it's technically not making the monster grow. What it does is, this is the make my monster grow version for this series, and he scans their genetic material and pretty much around him grows and becomes that shape and attributes of the monster.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just saw a big white Michelin tire Stay Puft dude running in out of nowhere. I was like, what is happening?
This is how you know, oh yeah, James just loves this show, because I'm like, yeah, that's a normal thing. That is one of those things that I need to explain to people. Kind of like Dapu, when people would be like, what the fuck is this, James?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, we need to explain Dapu.
Yeah.
Jam on with your titties. We got one more thing.
Yeah.
These 5 men, Carl, they are teachers, and each one of them, the subject they teach in school is what they kind of use to take down the zone. That's their special powers. You got math, science, etc. If you were on the 5-man, what subject would you use in your 5-man power, and what would be your special abilities?
Well, I would be 5 green. First off, we got to be green. It's my favorite color. I'm trying to, on my channel specifically, teach people more about fighting games that may not be into fighting games. So maybe an arcade stick of some kind would be the weapon. Kind of twirl it around on the cable, smack someone with it, that sort of thing.
Okay.
That'd be pretty cool. It's not a school subject, but, I don't want to learn normal school subjects, so fuck it.
This is kind of at the learning annex of older people, they're going into their golden years. How can you spend time? I've seen this of older people getting Tekken and at a home play Tekken with each other.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like the learning annex community college guy, which is pretty fucking cool when it comes to elementary school teachers.
I play some hacky sack, hang out at the YMCA.
Yeah.
And then teach some old folks some Street Fighter and Tekken, that kind of thing.
How would you use that to take down some fuckers?
Ooh, I don't know. I definitely, like I said, arcade stick's the way to go. Just kind of whip it around like a giant mace or something, bopping people with an arcade stick. Billion over here, smacking people across the forest. Yeah, I think that would be it. I'd be using fighting game techniques to try and, stop the bad guys. And I don't know, my thing would just, if I have what we call iframes, invincibility frames. Maybe I just punch someone and don't get hit. That's an invincibility frame. Stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I like that. And I think you can like log into and control your fellow 5-man and like pull off like an unbreakable combo that just depletes a health bar.
That'd be sick. That'd be a cool like team, they have their like team super kind of things going on where their final attacks. I'd be super down for that. That'd be cool.
Hell yeah. Or if we're going the Tekken route, you just bowl a turkey on them.
Man. Little Tekken Force action.
The Tekken Tag Team Tournament bowling side game, so fun.
If you say so.
It is. All right, I think that's it. We're done. Yeah. Thoughts, Nicole?
Cool.
Rate this episode 1 to 5, like the episode of the podcast. We do it every single episode.
We don't.
I know. Carl, thank you so much for
absolutely
being here for this bullshit.
Yeah, I had fun. Thanks for having me.
What do you got to plug?
So you guys can check me out at twitch.tv/KaijuCarl. We record our podcast Tokudon live over there, and I also play some games and try and throw some various Toku mods and things into the games to kind of merge those two universes, if you will. We usually record every Sundays, and I'm live with video games every Wednesday and Friday. So you can check it out, twitch.tv/KaijuCarl.
Hell yeah.
And it's KaijuCarl on all the social medias and stuff like that.
Nicole, what you got?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. You can send us stuff. We have a P.O. box in the description. I always mean to write it down, and I never do. If you need recording or editing or beats or something, ask James.
I'm affordable.
Email him.
It's email at MSSPod on Twitter. Send me a DM.
Cool. And then my own stuff is darlinghomebody.com for creepy, cute stuff. At darlinghomebody on all the social medias. And then patreon.com/darlinghomebody for a monthly sticker or magnet.
Cheer. Hey guys, go to patreon.com/MLMpod. That's the best way to support us, even if it's at $1. That's great. But like I said, we're doing that giveaway. Full details. Anyone can read the details. Just go to patreon.com/MLMpod. There's a post there explaining everything. $5 patrons, you get a podcast every single Friday that's exclusive there, like Engage with Nicolas Cage, talking about Beyblade, This Existed, and the Toku Reading Corner. It's fun. It's great. If you're a $10 patron, you get exclusive streams and watch-alongs like the aforementioned play-alongs of Figure It Out. I did a bunch of holiday-themed ones in December. Those were super fun. I really liked doing that. It was more work than I should have been doing, but oh boy, it was great. Frosty the Snowman's, Snow Day, the good parts of the Santa Claus before it gets fantastical. He starts becoming Santa Claus. No. Santa Claus ain't real, baby. But what is real is an unloving father. But if you... I hope your microphone's on. I want to hear that laughter.
Oh, my goodness. I muted myself. I was like, I don't want to interrupt this. I'm just going to let this go. Losing my voice, too.
And then if you're a $10 patron, you also get shout-outs on every single free feed podcast and on Talking About Beyblade. So let's begin with those.
Wait, can I... Because you didn't... I don't know how much detail you put into the giveaway. Can I just, read your thing?
Yeah.
So basically everything he already said, but the giveaway is for the Ultra Mega Trade Paperback Volume 1, Toei Spider-Man Pop Figure, Sailor Moon and Godzilla, keychain, bag clips, Lord Dracon, and Rodan enamel pins. The winner will be chosen at random on live stream on Saturday, March 5th, 6 p.m. Central Time.
We're going to need to just make a bumper for the beginning of the shows, just to always put at the beginning for the next couple months.
Read our purse people.
Oh, yeah. We got starting with Steve F., the Hit People guy. Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour. Oh, my God. What do I see in his future? A little baby.
Congrats, Eric.
I mean, I'm processing it in my brain,
I know, it's fun.
Next, him and Teresa. Congrats. They're having a baby.
That's the sound of effects machine.
Yeah. Or a ticket, like one of those printers. No, more so like a Morse code thing coming in. Alex Z, the Waz. Orion, he's a rapper under D-F-O, Defo. Kayla, aka Two Grapes. Tyler Wright, he's our friend and he's already a dad. Wah, wah. Except his kids don't cry because they love him. There's no reason to cry when you have a good dad, a loving father, unlike the Santa Claus. Next is Elliot W. at Garlic Sunshine on Instagram for his amazing artwork. Jordan B. the Chaos Witch. Nicole's brother, a.k.a. my Bickle, my brother in common law, Joshua. And
Joshua.
Steve Barnes. Intro Void on Spotify and Substack. I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Carl.
And this is
Mostly Speaking Sentai.
Bye-bye. This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. And during the open, if you let out a chuckle, that's totally fine. Ooh, baby, I'm nervous, Nicole. And I'm a whirling dervish, you scroll. Take this hat off, you don't need it. It gives you tunnel vision like you're a horse. I forgot what the intro was, and when it's like a first...
Did he start? I don't know what's happening.
Okay. Oh, yeah. But what happens if your crystals of power were made into people? Then, Nicole, you say, like Steven Universe?
Like Steven Universe?
No, be like excited.
Like Steven Universe.
Nicole, be excited.
I'm tired. Like Steven Universe?
I'll use that one. Oh, yeah. And while we're on the subject of said intellectual property, I fancy myself a peridot with a splash of pearl. Then you say, I'm a fucking lapis.
God damn it, James. I'm a fucking lapis.
And this is Mostly Speaking.
No, I wanted to. Okay, that's fine.
What did you want to say?
I want to say I'm Tom Hanks in Chicago.
What?
'Cause I'm sleepless, baby.
No, what? You can say that later.
Put it in the bloopers.
And this is Mostly Speaking Sentai. I'm just going to redo all of it. I keyed.
Oh my god.
I Nicole keyed, man. Who was in Sleepless in Seattle? I'm kidding. I don't think she was. What was the intro that I
Fuck,
had?
that's gonna drive me crazy.
It was probably Meg Ryan.
Yeah, it probably was.
Because she was like, oh, no, I'm thinking of that other one with Billy Crystal with the, oh. See, women can fake orgasms.
I'm thinking of the one where they're like, warm.
That's City of Angels, bro. All right.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.